Alright, everybody, welcome in and thank you for tuning in to another of the Hexdecks with the Hextechs. I'm Mythic Fish Bomb here with Endorme,
Hey guys.
and you got some sweet brews for you today. Yeah, so I'm playing a deck called A Taste for Love, which is a quote from Fairy Star Marshall, not really as weird as it sounds. And Endorme's playing Pika Boom, and he's gonna go into talking about his deck for you guys.
So I'm playing a mono software deck. It's a meal deck. Uh, there's some cards I'm not super sure about them because I have not played with them enough. But the main point of the deck is you have its peak, and just to get the maximum value of P, we have the Chronic Madness, Replicator's Gambit, and the Replicator's Gambit target basically most of the troops in the deck. Spawn is a little bit clunky, but the rest of them, if you get a Gambited Buccaneer, is usually game over. And one of the spicy ones is Eldritch Dreamer, that instead of playing with the draw card gem, I'm playing with the mill 6 gem. So when you Replicator's Gambit this Dreamer and you put it back into play, you mill for 42 plus the additional 6 when you originally cast it. So you mill for a total of 48, which is basically insta win. And of course it goes around murder because the trigger still resolves even if they murder on the stack. So if you get the Gambited Dreamer, they have to have counter mic or it's over. So apart from the insta win combo of milling that, we also have the stall package with the 3 Grogs, 2 Yesterdays, and the Buccaneers. We also have the counter mic to protect our combo. And just to get some card draw, we have the 4 Oracle Songs and the one of Redlock. The Redlock it can be really good against certain matchups when these cards removed. For example, some decks only can deal 2 points of damage, and against those decks, Redlock can really go the distance. But against heavy removal decks, it's just going to get removed the turn you played. So we usually want to wait till not turn 5, but when we have 5 resources at least, so we can play Runlock and Mana, so we can cycle him or something like that. Also, as we are usually having more cards than our opponent, as some of our card cycles on the Oracle Songs, it is still fine. We can get a removal spell on the Runlock and not on the Replicator's Gambit target. And of course, we have Yesterdays to stall. But the thing is with Yesterday, it's that we can bounce our troops for free, which is really nice with our Enterplay triggers of Growl. We can recast a Growl for another 2 turns of stopping the damage, or for the Buccaneer to bounce another troop, or to bounce Roll Dreamer and mill against for 6. So one of the things we can do if we don't get the Replicator's combo, we can just play the Dreamer. If we are not under pressure, we can Buccaneer on Dreamer and replay him, so we can mill for another 6 if needed. So that's basically the main deck. And on the sideboards, I basically running the extra cards we are not running on the main deck. For example, we're running 3 Buccaneers, so I'm putting the 4th one on the board. Same with the counter magics, and same with the Grogs, as they are really good on certain matchups, especially the aggro ones. As Mono Cypher has some issues against aggressive decks, most of my sideboard is oriented against that. We have 4 Storm Calls against the Gorefish decks or other super aggressive decks in general. We also have 4 Temp Ripples. Again, we can also combo it with our own enter to play triggers if we need them. Or to say, it's also super versatile because we can save one of our troops from a removal spell and recast it again. And we still get the trigger twice, so it's pretty nice. In addition to that, we have 2 Flock Seals, which are really good against wild-based decks. Usually they kind of blank against this creature, especially if they're going mono well, and in certain matchups can be really backbreaking. Especially because on game 1 we really don't have any targets for burn or 2 damage removal spells. 6 for Buccaneer, and they really don't really care about the Buccaneers too much. So they may sideboard them out, and then we can board the Flock Seagulls and take them by surprise, and they don't have good removal for it, so we can stall them even further. And again, Grillock is really good in some matchups, or we have a second on the board for when it's one of those matchups. and one more yesterday. So it's really versatile and really synergistic with our own deck. And as champion, we are playing in the shadow. I'm playing in instead of the other choices, just to make sure that if I draw the combo as soon as possible, I actually kill them. Because if I mill them for 4, it's basically lethal if I get the Replicator Dreamer on turn 5. So that's basically the deck, and Mythic is going to talk about his deck now.
Alright, so I'm playing a Ruby Blood mid-range type deck. Kind of borders on the line of control because it's playing a lot of removal spells. But the way I'm trying to win is by having Gore Feast and perhaps a Vampire King or a Court Fly or both out to try to kind of just either just at the very least you're getting 9 life if you have a Vampire King out or a Corrupt Harvester, and then at the most you're killing them. So something I've been trying out, having a little bit of fun with. So figured I'd throw it in the Hex decks here. So you get 13 blood, 9 ruby, and 2 shards of fate. I may want to increase the ruby to maybe 10, because getting the double ruby can occasionally be a little difficult, but I'll deal with that later. So you got 1 Call to the Grave, which is nice to get back cards like Court Fly or you know, Harvesters. Get back your troops to kind of get another troop out there for the Gore Feast, or get some value out of, you know, Inquisitors and Court Flies and such. Got 2 Life Siphons for a little bit extra reach at the end there, as well as some ways to gain some life if need be. We've got 2 Chaos Keys in the deck, which are basically our only answers to a resolved Soul Marble. We've got 3 Inquisitions, which are our only ways to answer Soul Marbles that are in people's hands, as well as potential Gore Feast and so on and so forth. We've got 3 Heat Waves, because they're really good against Gore Feast decks. A lot of times I'll still draw cards off of them, but if you can get enough control, you can usually negate the card draw that happens. Got 4 Court Flies, again really good against Gore Feast and the kind of tempo-y decks, because they don't really want to bounce this back to your hand. They will if they have to, but they don't really want to. As well as getting a little bit of card advantage by making them discard a card. Never a bad one. We've got 2 Pact of Pain, which is our main source of card advantage. If you look at most of our troops have, our 2 main troops are Harvester and Vampire King, which gives us a lot of life drain. And also if we can Gore Feast with one of them in play, it's 9 life, which is then also about 5 cards off of Pact of Pain, which is really nice. So in a game where the 9 life doesn't matter for the damage damage-wise, it matters in the card draw-wise. So just overall one of the best cards in the set currently. We got 3 Murders as a way to deal with, again, any kind of shenanigans you need to. We can murder a troop in response to Gambit, we can murder a troop in response to Gore Feast, so on and so forth. So obviously the murder, pretty much a necessary card in all blood decks. We got 3 Harvesters, card that is fairly underrated in my book. Phoenix was the one who talked me into playing the card when his mono blood deck. And the evasion that you get out of it with the not being able to be blocked by blood troop, being unable to be blocked except by blood troops or artifact troops, is very relevant. The 3 life always comes in handy. And again, with Gore Feast, if you have a Harvester and an Inquisitor and a Vampire King out, that's 2 unblockable dudes that, or less likely to be blocked dudes that is 18 damage as well, and 18 life too, which is pretty sweet. So a card I've been enjoying playing and has been doing some work for me. You got 2 Inquisitors with the -3/-0 gem. Good against the Gore Feast decks, good against Blood Diamond, good against other Vampire Kings, so on and so forth. Just doing some work. We have 2 more in the reserves that I'll get into in a second. We've got 4 Vampire Kings, one of the better cards out there. Really powerful effect, and again the life drain is very relevant for what we're trying to do. We've got 4 Extinctions, because Extinction. And then you've got 3 Gore Feast because, well, Gore Feast. Just a very powerful card overall, so, and again the interaction with getting 9 life, potentially taking 2 troops out of your opponent's hand with Vampire King is pretty sweet. And the just I win now capabilities of it is also pretty solid. We're using Gazog as opposed to Poka, which maybe is incorrect, But I do like the life is relevant for the Pact of Pain as well as in a lot of matchups. The pinging down your opponent and life siphoning them is also very relevant. So, um, I'm enjoying Gazog, but again, maybe better to increase the Ruby a little bit and go into Polka. But we'll talk about that more if after the games. So let's go to our reserves. We've got two Curse of Oblivion, which are really good against the Gambit decks. Havoc's Gambit Machine deck, and as we see in Dormy's deck, and also any deck with Relentless Corruption, any kind of escalation cards, always nice to Curse of Oblivion those out. We've got four Burns, which are really good against the Ruby Sapphire, the Gore Feast match. Not that we really need to be much better against them. We have a lot of removal, so usually this is just some more icing on the cake, because you have a lot of cards you want to take out against them, as Pact of Pain and all that kind of stuff. You got three zombie plays rather, which are good against a lot of the X1 type decks. We've got Gore Feast, which has a bunch of X1s, so you control their board and then pick apart their deck, which a lot of the other decks can't do, since we have so much removal with the 7 sweepers main deck. We got the Burns, we got the Murders, we got all that stuff, so you can control their field very well, and then we can tear apart their deck so they can't rebuild as well, which is nice. We got the 4 Relentless Corruptions, which are really good against the control matchups. Sorry, my dog is barking. It's throwing me off my game a little bit here. I don't know what the hell he's doing. It's really good against control matchups as well as other blood decks. It's basically an Oracle song that escalates in the other blood matchups, so it's really cool. And the one that I really enjoy and have won me a few games actually is the Inquisitor with the Destruction Gem. So it comes into play and deals 3 damage to your opponent, and then he's come back to your hand and dealing 3 damage to them. So in games where the -3, -0 isn't relevant, you can switch into the 3 damage to the face gem and increase your clock by quite a bit, as well as we saw from Endormi's last deck he faced us with, the Gore Feast with Inquisitor is also pretty solid, because it's at least increased the damage by 1, if not by 2, and then, dealing some major damage that way. So that's the deck. It's been really fun playing it, so we'll see how it fares against Endormi's sweet mill brew here.
Yeah, let's go to the games.
So Endormi's going first.
Yeah, so let's see what we draw. So 3 resource scan and a couple of action. I think it's super fun with the deck. 3 resources is what we want to open.
It's the first that I haven't had to snap mulligan, so I'm gonna keep it.
Mulligan is a choice, not a punishment.
You keep saying this.
Because it's true. So we start with the turn 1 Current Madness.
That seems legit.
Gore
Million
Feast.
Gore Feast. That's
jackpot.
Wow.
Jackpot.
That was a pretty solid one. The extinction not so much painful to me, considering the amount of removal I do have in my deck, but the 2 life siphons hurts a lot, as well as the Gore Feast.
I mean,
obviously.
the thing is, there wasn't a resource in the first 4 cards in your, so that.
Yeah, I mean, I do have 4 resources already, so it's not a huge issue, but yeah, hitting the Gore Feast was really the killer there. Because Gore Feast is probably my best answer to this deck, considering I need to, make him use his counters protecting his potential combo he has, and then swing back with the Gore Feast for lethal is really just the best plan of action I have against him. And hitting a Pact of Pain there is kind of unfortunate. It does help his milling, which I guess is a plus in that category for him. I'm actually going to put the Chaos Key out here.
I mean, the insta-mill combo, it's 40 cards deep, so it's really not that relevant. I mean, it's relevant for the Chronic Madness, and so we drew that, which makes things kind of awkward, but I think I want to play this though, just to keep hitting my thresholds and stuff like that.
So, the reason we want to put the Chaos Key out there is because we're never going to really get to a point where we can play it and do it at the same turn for 7, because he has counter magic in his deck, and we can't murder in response to his gambits and such, because he has counter magic in his deck. So, the best answer to, potentially one of the better answers to his combo is Chaos Keying it out as soon as it goes into play. But these mills have been pretty fantastic for you here.
Explain the mill, I'm the good guy, man.
That mill, not so great. So we're gonna snap murder that now, just to not let him protect it. Yeah, I mean, he's got so many other things he can do, so. We're gonna go ahead and slam a big fat Vampire King out there. And it's gonna get bounced by our hand, we know that for sure already, but we're gonna let it go see the light of day. Though I know light isn't really good for vampires. I feel like this one's fun.
So I'm completely fine with that, Vampire King. That means I'm going to get a couple of cards from that, so super fine. So play Groundlock, as we baited the removal spell first. And if he gets our results, he can Chaos Key it, but we said we wait for the turn 5. Get with 5 results so we can get at least a draw from that. And that should mill for 8.
Yeah. The mill for 8 was the bigger problem for us. I don't really care with the Runlock so much. Him milling all of our troops, though, is kind of an issue.
So the next Chronid Magnus will mill him for 12. Which is almost half of his deck, which is pretty nice.
I'm gonna bash him for 3 first. So there's an issue of him potentially slamming Dreamer followed by Gambit in the same turn. So I'm debating whether or not I want to Chaos Key away the Runlock here.
I mean, if I do that and get it, it's basically got that.
Yeah, I think I want to keep my resources open. Also, blinking every turn because he's milled all of my action spells, and I'm just stuck with resources in my deck at this point already. It's pretty disgusting.
So there's a couple of things we can do. I'm going for the pick first. Let's see what we have here. So I'm just going for to get this guy. As we will draw us another card. As it cycles, that will mill for 12.
I think probably should have done this earlier, but I was afraid of the combo. The combo just...
Yeah, I mean, the combo kills you right away.
Yeah, I mean, but the card advantage we gain out of this now is just too much. You can have counter magic still, and I let you draw 2 cards for no reason at all. I should have just murdered it in response to the peak at least.
Yeah, I may still draw the card because it's on cast. So I'm not...
Yeah, I know, but you could have drawn the Chronic Madness off the cast as opposed to off of the peak.
So I'm thinking if I do want to counter the murder or not, it will get me an extra card. Which is not terrible. I think I'll let it go, as much as...
I'm actually out of win con at this point anyway. I think you've milled everything out of my deck already. I'm just stuck with resources. I got 2 Gorfies, so I have to draw both of them and knock it out of them countered.
Yeah, that's the thing. I was thinking that maybe Gorfish is it's a kill, but it's really not a kill, so...
Yeah, it's just you milled everything out of my deck too fast for me to even do anything at this point.
I mean, you're still not dead.
I mean, my deck's dead though. I may still be alive, but my deck is full of basically useless cards at this point.
I mean, the thing is, when you didn't Chaos Key my Warlock, you saw that I had a pick on hand, so the combo was a real possibility. So there's a 20% chance you get the troop. I hope you don't get it. Nice. It's pretty neat.
Hate that second main phase that just sits there between when you hit with the Vampire King and when you don't.
Yep, you have to sit tight.
Spams, yeah. I mean, I keep going to do things in my second main phase for no reason at all.
I think I want to counter that. Just in case. Okay, that's... Here we get the extra Chronic Madness. From a draw which completely ends the game. If not, we had the... You have to pass priority. Yeah.
No, I don't have a priority. It was just taking forever to sync.
Yeah, so we still have the Dreamer to mill 5 on 6, we'll put him down to very little, and any other mill spell will use the game, so... But that was a turn 7 kill, I believe. Yep. Which is pretty fast. And without a combo.
Yeah, I mean, 3 Chronic Madness will do that.
Yeah, I think that was the 4th one, but yeah. The Relo just drew me so many cards. And the Pig being one of the best cards of the deck, letting me get into extra Chronic Madness. Pig is super good in Mono Sapphire.
It's good in any Sapphire deck, really. If you're a dual shard and you're heavier in Sapphire, it's still fine.
But it's not the same as digging 9 card deeps into your deck or stuff like that. It just means that even almost if you're not playing one-offs, can probably...
Something keep saying, I have action plus shards, so we'll keep it. It's not great, but I don't think we really have a great hand against him since we're so heavy in removal and he is very true plate.
I don't love this hand. I don't think it's going to be good, but we'll keep. We're on the draw. You have chances, but there's maybe a mulligan against him. We'll see.
So, resource go.
Yep, resource go.
Again, I'm not sure like maybe Poke would do better for this deck, but it seems like getting the double with Ruby is a little bit difficult sometimes, so you don't always win off Gorfius. Gorfius is more of just a, oh hey, what happened? You dead now type deal. But I think with the amount of life drain we have, I think Poke is probably just the way to go.
You think that if you are playing Gorfius, you are forced to play Poka. Most of the not most, but a lot of the power of Gorfius is inside of Poka. So you feel not playing Poka when you're fighting Gorfius. Even the resources are clunky and not the best. It's the way to go.
So, knowing that he doesn't play a lot of troops, I'm just going to go ahead and use a 1-for-1 Heat Wave here to get rid of the spawn.
I mean, it's going to hit you for 1. It's not the end of the world.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do this instead. Now I do this.
Yeah, I'm going to the charge resource.
Plays into this a little bit better. Just to extend our board position.
Attack. He may take it. It will only mill for 1.
I'm gonna take it.
Yeah. So.
And of course,
we could do this. Although it's not spectacular on that guy. So we're going to do this.
I should really stop thinking about what cards I don't want you to mill, because every time I think about them, you end up milling them.
It's random, man. It's random.
It feels kind of not random when it's been every card I think of. Alright, well, I guess
Still
that makes up for it. I drew the same card I wanted. So we're just gonna go ahead and Inquisitor the 1-1.
Yep, it's still damage, so it will nullify my guy.
Also, just want to extend my board positioning a little bit better. Not that I need to do it before combat, but he's tapped out, so it doesn't actually matter when I do it, so... Just doing this so I can spam spacebar a little bit faster.
So we have some options here. Let's start by milling, that's going to happen. So I think I'm going to go for this.
Seems fair.
It's like, I mean, there's a chance it won't survive, but go for it.
So there are two ways we can go about this turn. Either just doing this or doing this. I think we want to go this route. Again, if we wait till his turn, there's a possibility he has Gambit plus counter magic, which is just pretty huge blowout for us. So I'd rather just do it now while he can't respond to it. Play around the counter magic as best as possible, and bash in for 5.
So I think I may take this one. I do not love it though. Yeah, I'm going to block.
See, the problem with mill decks in my mind is that you don't when you're playing against them, you don't interact with them at all, and that is so unfun. And the completely random nature of the milling even makes it less unfun.
I mean, despite this is build a mill deck, it is mills in large chunks, so it's kind of not that mill and more like an infect kind of deal.
Nah.
I mean, it's not the same, of course, but
because you can still interact with it, in fact.
I mean, you can interact with this guy. I mean, I'm milling usually by troops. There's only one action that mills in my deck.
Yeah, that's true.
So
I mean, like, the problem is, like, again, with the nerf to sabotage, I feel like was really what made mill not so great in my opinion. Like when you could win by, oh, here's 10 damage, here's 10 damage again, type deal. That was, those are some exciting mill games because it's like, oh, if he draws a sabotage, he dies. But now it's like, well, if he draws a card, he dies. Took away a lot of the excitement, I guess, from mills. What I'm trying to say.
so I'm going for this. We could have attack first, but the life totals, like, it really doesn't matter. So there was a chance we could have died there, but we took the risk.
Alright. I'm just gonna do this because screw it.
So we are going to snap block that guy.
Yep.
I was thinking that Gorefist was a possibility there, but you had to have Mortar plus Gorefist.
Plus resource.
No, because we could have Mortar at the end of my turn.
Oh, yeah. So you got a 6 here.
Yep. Life 7 could be pretty problematic.
Still a resource shy of hitting you for 6 though, with the life 7.
Yeah, but that means you have it. Haha.
No, I don't have it. I'll tell you that right now.
So a couple of choices here. I really don't want to get hit again by that guy, so we're playing this.
Yep. So you just gambited a Grok before. Those don't stack, correct?
I have
Pretty
no
sure they
idea.
don't. Pretty sure they don't, but they should in theory, right? Because since since the next one gets skipped, then the next one after that should get skipped.
Yeah, I think it shouldn't work like that, but it's just Mastery of Time, for example, does stack on its side, so you gain an extra turn after this one.
Yeah, so that's why I'm saying it should,
I'm
in theory, stack.
not 100% sure, so no idea.
Hopefully we don't find out though.
Ooh. So that's a spicy one. Do I want to go for it now though? Don't know how much at what point my current is. I think I only cast one this game, so it's at 8. So it's not quite there yet. I think I'm just going to go with this.
Yep.
Think I going to pass the turn. Yeah.
Leaving up with the possibility of counter magic is always scary.
Yep.
I think I call your bluff though.
Am I dead with that?
Yeah. Well, potentially.
Potentially? How potentially?
Depends how you block.
I'm blocking correctly. Yep.
So then, no, you're not dead to that. The reason I'm doing this is now because you're dead to a resource, which you can't counter. So it's either kill me or I draw a resource at some point.
So I have to take the 5 here. I have to block that guy. I mean that's the second Orpheus, so it's not. I could have play another troop to block the guy. But
I mean, I'm just getting dangerously cheesy here. So I had to pull the trigger there. The thing that sucks is that the Corpse Fly is like an X1, so I had a Heat Wave in hand, which would have been really nice to kill off the flyer there, but
yeah, you'll just like to. I know.
yeah. So I seem to draw a resource at some point here.
So I think I'm forced to do this. Let's see what we can do here. What can we get? Only for 4. Being only for 4 could be an issue. Thing is, I have no way of gaining life, so I think I have to go for the quick win. Okay, so let's start by doing this.
Yep.
So 1, 2. So it's actually 4. So it's the first one I cast this game. I don't love this, but this is what it is. So let's play this guy.
That mill is so much faster than the Chronic Man as well.
Yep. And we'll play those to block. Yeah, not fantastic, but this is what it is.
Just hope I get a resource here.
I mean, even if you don't get a resource, I have to get really lucky to kill you next turn. I mean, there's a chance, but so you got it. You got it.
I don't have it now. I wouldn't be slow rolling it, I would just play it out. I was thinking about my plan of attack here.
Go, we have to block. Although that attack is quite risky.
I mean, I have Extinction.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
If you didn't have removal, that attack could hit you bad for a melee for 5.
Oh, you know, yeah, my hand's full of removal spells. I mean, my deck's full of removal spells.
Yeah,
so
you're saying.
Obviously wouldn't do an attack if I had never removal.
That's quite nice, so let's go. See what we get. Hate doing this, but Charge of Fate will have been really nice for you. For me, bad. Oh well.
Yeah, I mean, give me a resource. I feel like I've never wanted a resource so bad in my life. There we go. Alright.
So I mean, you had to 12 card less in deck, and you had to double gore fuse me to try to get me. So I think I'm fine so far. The spawns
So we go to
seem
sideboards
really,
now, right?
really underwhelming. Yep, let's go to sideboards.
So, we've got our sideboards above me here. Not super certain what I should bring in against them. I definitely want to switch the Inquisitors for the damage gem Inquisitors, because those just seem better. I think that's what I did there. Alright, cool. Just because it increases my speed a little bit, which I desperately need against him, because he can kill me pretty fast. Definitely want the Curse of Oblivions to get rid of either Chronic Madness or a non-replicated troop that is replicated in his deck, so I can get rid of the replicated one. I may want the Burns, because they deal with spawns as well as Buccaneers, but those aren't such a huge problem. Take out the Chaos Keys. They're just too slow. I may want the Plagues to deal with, just potentially just keep knocking down his, replicated guys. But that doesn't seem great either. I may want the, I'll leave the Chaos Keys in over the Heat Waves. You know what? No. I'll do this. I'll just bring in 3 burns, and I could even throw him in his face for the extra reach. I think it's probably the best way to go about it. Heatwave in most of the games have just been, me one-for-oneing them with spawns or Buccaneers or whatever, so I think just trading for the burns is strictly better. But yeah, I think that's all we're gonna go with there. We had the Call of Graves to get back any kind of milled troops that we want to get back. Extinctions are fine as a one-for-one against, whatever I need to get rid of. So I think that's the best we can do. So let's see what Normie's got.
So the first thing then, I didn't play with the spawn too much before, and I wasn't sure how good it's going to be, and it was really bad. So those are going to be taken out, potentially even from the deck after. No, probably not for the potentially not. Pretty sure they're going to get out of the deck after this game. So I did not love them at all. So counter magic seems pretty good. We're going to get those in. Let's see, what else? This one's not fantastic due to his Cosfly's interplay triggers, and I think we are going to code those for some extra value cards. So I don't know if I want this one over something else. If I want to bring the time ripples. I mean, he still has a lot of removal. So it may not be the best way to go around it. I think I'd rather have a second Warlock over a Buccaneer. Again, the interplay triggers could be a little bit iffy. Don't think the Ghost Flies are going to do, not Ghost Flies, the Flow Seals are going to do anything in this matchup. I maybe should go to full with the Storm Calls. But I think I'm just going to put 2. Maybe the third one is correct. But I'm not super sure what I want to cut. So I'm going to go with this. So see how game 3 goes. Okay, I'm on the Proving Grounds. Challenge you, so I'm on the play.
Alright. One thing I was supposed to mention when I was sideboarding there, or bringing cards from my reserves in rather, is why am I bringing in Relentless Corruption? We agreed that because it's so bugged and he's playing escalation cards that are very key to his deck, bringing in the broken escalation card of Relentless Corruption just isn't correct. Commentating on it is just awful because it's just gonna be one of us raging about the other one being broken, and it's just not really fair or necessarily the right thing to do is to play with it.
Yeah, I do believe that the Relentless Corruption should have been banned for tournament play, for until it gets fixed. But oh well.
So turn 1 Chronic Madness is horrendous.
It's I mean it's fine. Is it like I'm mulligan down to 6 for you?
Yeah, but then that means everyone you draw after that's way more scary, which is why I hate seeing it. And milling a Curse of Oblivion, which is one of the better answers to it, is unfortunate as well.
Get that going.
Oh, God. Some good mills. Some good mills.
It's random, man. You have a good deck, it's always going to be a good meal.
Stupid. So I got excited the other day because I forgot what a Curse of Oblivion read. I thought it said from all zones, other than this, like a card on the stack from all zones. I thought it was in play too. That was good. I almost Curse of Oblivion to a pointless Solitary Exile because I thought read that it was in play too. I was like, damn, I get some sweet value out of this Curse of Oblivion. But no. So that's my sad story. I mean, how much better would the card be?
So I'm going to discard that. A little bit annoying.
Corpse flies tend to be annoying. That's their job. Him hitting that Inquisitor before is really annoying for us too, because that's like the Inquisitors before are really nothing, because the -3 ability is just is useless.
I mean, it won you the game before. Last game.
Well,
It did
yeah,
won you the
but
game.
it's because it forced you to trade with it. But
Not
the
with
Inquisitor's
but
post
I couldn't
reserves
kill
are much
your
better
Ghost
though.
Fly.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying the Inquisitor's post reserves are much better than the ones pre-reserves. Because my clock is increased by so much by just doming you for 3 and then playing Gore Feast the following turn.
So he taps out.
All day.
So now we need to be afraid of Gore Feast, which could kill us. So I think I'm forced to do this. Although I do not love it.
Him tapping out there is really nice for me. Means I don't have to worry about counter magic, which is always a pleasure. So like a Mimic could be unfortunate. If he say that's not a huge issue.
3, 4, 5. Okay. So I'm going to go for it.
That's fine. You're dead.
I'm dead.
I have Gore Feast.
Okay, I mean I'm going to go for it. You have it. You have it.
Yeah, I mean,
There's nothing.
if you don't have counter magic, you have to go for it there.
Yeah, I don't have counter. I have a pick, so there's a chance I can kill you next turn if I survive
Yeah.
this one. So
I mean, you could have bluffed counter magic by not doing that, and just made me
and
think.
then
Like,
just
I wouldn't have.
just
I wouldn't have played Gorpheus there though if you.
Yeah, but the
kept
thing is,
open counter
it
magic.
doesn't advance my board. So I mean, do nothing, so it's just going to happen eventually. So I just go for it now. I know I have a pick, so next turn I have, I can get 8 card tips in my deck to try to get it, and if I get it, I just win there.
Yeah.
So no need to attack, as I'm really dead. But again, that was a turn 5 Gorfist. You have the good Gorfist kind, which basically in normal decks can deal with it.
Yeah, I mean, that wasn't necessarily like a nutty Gorpheus hand, it was just a pretty decent one. Just you had to keep tapping out to keep me from potentially Gorpheusing you, and then...
I mean, I played the Grog just in case you had Gorfist. I don't know. If you didn't have it, I could have gone for the...
Yeah, I had an opening hand, I had the whole game.
Yeah, I mean, I could have gone it for 1 turn early, but then again, I would have died to Gorfist if you had it, so...
Yeah.
I mean, that's the reason we play Gorfist. The resource of cost of Gorfist is really low. They really push the Gorfist to make it viable.
Yeah, I mean, it probably should be costed way higher.
I mean, 4 is fine, but if it was tribal or something like that, but not being tribal, it's...
Yeah, like all orcs get,
Yeah,
you know,
only
range 1,
only
yeah.
orcs get rage and an extra attack phase. It's still fine.
I mean,
but,
that'd still be very good. It just make you had to play a bunch of orcs, which would make you not be able to play like... I guess you're still playing Mirror Knights and stuff still, right? So you could just play Ruby, Sapphire orcs or something stupid like that. It'd still be fun.
I mean, the thing is then, the Poké Hero Power doesn't get the activation, which is
Oh yeah,
huge.
yeah, that's true, yeah, that's one though.
So there's some really important stuff in there. I mean again, it's not like you can still play Blood, Ruby, Orpheus, and it's pretty fast. But it's not the same amount of insanity.
Yeah, I mean, but like, if you look at this deck, it's a deck that probably shouldn't be playing Gorpheus. I'm playing Gorpheus because it's Gorpheus. Yep. Like, I can't be playing Ruby and be like, yeah, I don't really want to play Gorpheus. It's just like, no, it's that good.
If you play any amount of troops, you probably want to play Gorfist.
Yeah.
So, that's not really what I wanted to see, but oh well.
So, you're correct. Corpse Fly INC.
I mean, yeah, Ghostfly is really good. Boom. So we're going to ditch that. Ditching this may have been correct, but okay.
I do like the idea behind your deck though, like with the just... It's kind of like the Gambit Machinist decks.
Yeah, if you draw it, you just win.
Yeah.
The thing is, I'm just using pick as mono Sapphire just to get as deep as possible.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's nothing wrong with that. You have a bunch of awesome Gambit targets and you can go 10 cards deep in your deck a lot of times.
Yep.
Seems fun to me.
And also the thing is that counter magic, it's really nice to protect the combo. And you don't have any threats.
And you can't really
issues.
play that in like the Gambit Machine decks.
And you can play it, but
unless you're playing Ruby
yeah.
Sapphire, but
Yeah.
then you can't play Ceremonies and your peaks don't go as deep, so...
Yeah, it's a cost. I mean,
I think I have to kill that there. I just can't really get the card advantage out of it.
I mean, I'm fine.
It does suck though, but because you can cast. But if I let that live, you can still technically go for the combo, and draw 2 cards off your Gambit. So
Yeah.
not ideal, but I'm gonna go for it because I just don't want to get comboed out, or give you a bunch of cards.
Yeah. So let's see if we can get a resource. We don't. So we're going for that.
Not bad mills for you there.
If you're playing a good deck, it's not always going to be good. It's random, man. It's random.
I'm not complaining. I'm just saying those are some good hits. God, I'm not even salty. I'm complimenting the mills you getting. Crap, man. I really want to play Blood Aura in this deck because I like Blood Aura.
We'll do it.
But
Yep. Bloodthrower is nice. I saw 1 of or 2 of in the sideboard.
Yeah, throw it on an Inquisitor. I don't really need the life drain that much though, as most of my deck is life drain anyway.
Ooh, that's a spicy one. So there's a couple of options here. I think I'm going to go for it while he'll step out. If I draw it, it's game over. This is so damn weird though. Oh well.
That's not awful.
Yep. Okay, so let's see. Yep. This gun is so damn weird.
I've got a feeling that you're gonna be dropping a yesterday on me. Storm Call, that's an odd one. Didn't think that one was coming.
What can you do in response of that?
Can kill my Inquisitor, then bring it back to then ping you in the face for 3.
Yeah, I think that's a really nice play, but do you want to be the response of the Storm Call? The thing is, I think it doesn't, unless you can replay it right now.
I can't replay it. Well, I could have replayed it on my second main phase. There's no deal while you're tapped out.
Burn. That's not what I was thinking about. I thought you were going to hit wave.
Oh no, no.
I would think.
I was debating whether I wanted to burn you in the face and kill it a different, try to kill it a different way, so you go into exactly, so you die to the burn, or to it rather. But I couldn't kill it and recast it in the same turn. And if I do that, you know it's in my hand. And you're just gonna sit on counter magic. So I think it's better to do it while you're tapped out.
Again, don't love it, but this is what it is. So, cast that. No, not hitting resources and getting this on our hand was quite nasty. Because we are super mana constricted, which is not what we want on this deck. Want to be able to play a couple cards spell turns.
Oh god, I thought you hit an Inquisitor earlier. It was gonna be so sweet.
You got all the grave, yeah.
Yeah. Would have been fun. I think I'll just save it. I'll sit on it. If you lock me out some other way, I can, like, if you know, have another Grok or something, and you mill me something. I don't know, man. I figured it's better to hold it.
Oh man, so I think I have to go for it. Yep, I'm just not getting any results, which is what I needed. I just drew 3 counter mics in a row. And not any resources, so that's game there. Did I draw the... No, I did not get the replicators. I have 2 other streamers, but it's not the replicator one. So I just die here. It was really weird. Just me drawing counter mics and not resources.
Yeah. Happens.
Yeah, I had 2 Oracle songs and I couldn't cast it because I had to keep counter mic open.
Yeah. It's important to keep hand magic open because I could just end up killing you out of nowhere with some random stuff.
Yep. So yeah, if I had the resource before, I could have an Oracle song a couple of turns ago, and potentially get a pick or whatever, and kill you that way. as a Dreamer was insta-kill. So I want to be on the play again.
His coin flips are working out well.
Hmm?
The coin flips are working out well, going on the right person
Yep.
all times. Nice. It's always solid.
But yeah, it was the cosplay that made me the cherry sauce that won the game.
Corpse Flag OP, man.
Yep.
God damn your turn 1 chronic pass. Ugh. Man. I mean, none of the resources, which I guess is kind of okay, they're gone, but the Pact of Pain would have been nice, the Vampire King would have been nice, and the Corpse Flag all would have been nice. Would have been solid. So this is the first time I've seen this card in all of my games of playing with this deck. So that's cool. Good to see it still exists. I thought it may have left me. May have abandoned me for another player.
That's impossible as I milled you for 60 the first game.
I mean, seen as in played. Being able to play.
Well, then it's not seen.
Seen as in being able to play is... I can see the card. It's in my deck builder. I've seen it before. I'm saying seen as in, like, I can actually play you.
Well, you have to be correct on what you're saying.
You gotta be correct in what you're saying. I don't have to be correct on anything.
That's the difference
I'm
between,
always wrong.
between you and me then.
I'm almost predominantly wrong.
That's so nasty.
Yeah, let's get rid of that Dreamer, I guess, shall we? What's in my hand again? You know what? I guess... No. Get rid of Dreamer. That may not have been correct. May have been better to take the Gambit. But still getting milled for 6.
I think the correct
Don't
play
really want
was
that
taking the Oracle Song. But that was just me, maybe.
I don't care with the Oracle Song. You could have your Oracle Song.
Just saying.
You could sing your song. I don't know what's going on at my house, but apparently, like, everyone's just exploding all over the place.
So, smell him for 2. Yeah, let's go for this. Yep, much better.
If you gambit a... Oh, that sucks. If you gambit a run lock, that could be some sweet value, right?
I just roll my whole deck and can be whatever else. So yeah, it works the same. I mean, I just needed some results open to play stuff, but yeah. Especially as it's on cast, I will draw 7 cards, so and so deep into the deck.
Alright, so what did you hit?
I have no idea. I wasn't really paying attention, which I should have done, but
Let's see if hit 1 Gore Feast. No spiders.
yeah, all the instinctions.
That's fine, yeah.
Yeah, instinctions
That
are
doesn't
whatever.
matter. They're nice to have, but they're not really that great. Especially post reserves.
There was one game when we had before the matches where I had a Replicator's Buccaneer and just kept replaying and replaying the Buccaneer, and he stings me 3 turns in a
3 times.
Yeah, 3 turns in a row.
Yeah, 3 times in a row. Couldn't get rid of the Buccaneer though, so there's that.
So much Buccaneers. Ooh. Yeah, I'll play this.
So menacing, man.
I really want the resource. Really want the resource.
It's a nice one. That was a nice one.
So that's pretty annoying. Doesn't let me cast this guy. It could let me cast it, but yeah. I will die to some stuff, so not really what I want to do. Hmm. Yeah, that seems fine. See if we can get that. So I'm looking for this guy, which I did get, so let's go for it.
So you can bounce his Garok, or you can bounce my Harvester.
I'm going to bounce the Vampire King. I know it's not fantastic, but as I cannot block that guy. But oh well. Yeah, that was nice. Cool attack there, but as I said before, the life totals are not relevant in 90% of the matchups.
Yeah, I mean,
I should attack because it's pretty safe, but and I know there's nothing with speed and whatever in his deck.
I don't get why, maybe you could explain this to me better. When you kill a Inquisitor or a, in this case would be a gemmed, Dreamer, why the ability still goes off, because technically when they're dead, their power and toughness should be 0.
Yep, that's the same thing with a sniper, but in this game it's not like that.
Because it works that way with battling, doesn't work that way with everything else though, which is kind of weird.
Yeah, but for example, if you play Hole in Ambush, you're playing from your hand, and in theory your attack will be 0, but
I guess also works just like this, how the Infernal Professor gets the life drain.
yeah, there's some really weird interactions. So
Which again, without a comprehensive rulebook, we have no idea if that's intended or not.
yep, basically.
Alright. That's not bad. I'm assuming he's got counter magic and the Gambit. No, the Gambit he doesn't have any longer. So I'm assuming it's counter magic and something else in hand.
You can just not block us. Grok already did his thing, so
Yeah. Hmm. I'll just go. I'll just go. I'm just gonna go.
yeah. In that case, I'm going to do this at the end of the turn. Yep. So there are a couple of cards that we just take him out right with that what we draw. So let's see. And it's not on these cards. So you have to get this one. I do not love it, but I think that's the one we need to do. Yeah. I mean, this could be a thing, but yeah, I'm going to take this.
Okay. So
Curry sauce. Let's do this as we shall do it. Let's do this first. Okay, that's pretty nice. So we could counter that, but I think I'd rather not. As we drew this one,
still mills me for a ton of cards
Yep.
though, but
it means that you
so
can.
I'm assuming he got his Buccaneer Gambit, his Gambited Buccaneer rather. Yep.
There's no other sense that I'm not countering that.
Yeah.
Still going to mildew because it's the correct thing. So before doing anything, I'm going to check the amount of mortars he may have and burns. He'll potentially have multiples of them, but we go for it anyway.
I was thinking about so right now,
Yep.
when the ability goes on the stack, it shows the card on the stack. If I were to Cursor Oblivion when the ability is on the stack showing the card, would it then get rid of the Buccaneered in your hand?
If it was what ability in the stack, the Buccaneer is on play right now.
No, I'm saying like when you bounce it back to your hand, the ability to bounce it goes on the stack, or the ability to bounce one of my other guys goes on the stack. If I were to Cursor Oblivion while the ability is on the stack, which means your Buccaneer would be in your hand.
And no, because it resolves first. So
Okay.
if it's on the stack, it's not on my hand. Because I bounce with my own Buccaneer. It's not getting bounced by any other one.
Why is my time going down? Is the real question.
Oh, just because I'm...
Because you're thinking my time's going down. Doesn't make sense to me.
Yep. So yeah, I'm just going to... whatever. Use every one of them instead of declining. In case he has a stifle. Or...
I know he has a counter damage there, but I'm okay with him countering it.
You have another one, it's fine for me too, so... I mean, you may have hit waves, but the extinguishers are all gone if I'm right, so...
I think I have one left.
Yep.
I think he milled 3 earlier.
I think I milled all of the full 4. What was the last game? May have been the last game. 1, 2, 3... So you know 4, there's all of them. So you play extinction now, you're a dirty cheater.
Well, I can't promise him not. So...
Sure.
My one way to win this game is very risky still.
Very risky.
Yep. I got to play smart.
So at this point we have to think, what are his only way of winning the game? With 2 he may have a Course of Oblivion, but that's about it. open. What else he can have? He can have a burn. We can attack here for 2, 4, 6. Quite a bit. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 15. So it will be lethal next turn. So I'm thinking fine, risking the Buccaneer here. So again, I know he's not running any counter magics. Whatever.
Yeah, it's the one situation when taking out the heat waves is actually bad, but
yeah, but
most of the time heat waves is awful against you.
yeah, it's just this situation when I get the Replicator's Buccaneer. So with all of our guys. We'll keep this on our hand.
This would be one way to win the game. I needed to draw a burn last turn.
Yeah, and I have to not get the counter magic.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Risky as fuck.
Yeah. I didn't have the
2,
counter
4,
magic.
6, 8, 10, 12.
Yeah, I don't think.
27.
I don't know if you're dead, but I mean that's 15.
It's 27 damage. You're 12 from the 6 Buccaneers before and 15 last turn, so 27.
Yeah.
So. Yep, that was my one chance, was to get a burn.
I wanted to see my draw.
That's too bad.
Oh well.
So this is game 5 now?
Yeah, we are going to game 5 now right now, I think. You won 2 games? Or did you won 3?
I won 2.
Yeah, then I won.
You won the first one, I won the second 2, and then you won that last one there.
So we're on to game 5. There we go. Winner takes all. Takes it all.
Phrasing?
And by all I mean nothing. I said winner takes it all, but we don't have anything. We don't even bet the pride here, as we don't have any.
That's not what I was referring to about the phrasing on that one, but alright. The double grunt. I'm gonna keep it. It's not great, but it's I can draw into some things. I have some 2 good cards in the matchup, so
I'll keep too.
I'll keep it. But I'm not happy about it.
I'm not terribly excited about it. So I'm betting he has a turn to Inquisition.
Nah, that card doesn't like me.
Oh well. I didn't have the turn 1 card in Madness this game.
Yeah, it makes me feel good.
I did a mulligan to 6, man. So exciting.
I probably should have mulliganed this hand away. That's really not that great, but
This gun is not fantastic on the draw. It's really not.
well, at least my hand's not fantastic. No matter how I'm playing.
I mean, this gun is better on the play than on the draw. So I hope you need that resource.
Nope.
I hope you get that resource.
Would have liked the ruby, but I don't need it necessarily yet. So.
So we are on the draw. So we cast this. We are going to have to discard. which is not great. So we're going to pass. We have this.
Hopefully we can get some action here. I mean, again, we have some disruption, but we need something to actually, like, apply some pressure, and that doesn't do it at all. I mean, technically it does, because I get to ping him now. But
Ping, 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 ping.
that 20-turn clock, I don't think I'd have to draw all of the resources in my deck to kill him.
I don't think that's even enough. So unless you're playing Shrine.
Oh yeah, it's true. Before the resources. Yeah. I wanted to play a Shrine deck. I was trying to get one together, but I just couldn't get there.
So this is a little bit clunky. Did we really don't want to play this because he has not played anything. So we're going to get this on. Let's see if we can get some 1 mana spell. That's
What was that word you used? I thought it was resource, maybe? Was it resource you said there?
set one mana spell.
That's not. I was
Yeah, I know, but I'm not correcting myself. I call the stuff whatever I want. So
If we're going that way, I'm gonna call my
were
resources
pretty
dandelions.
nice. I think I'm going to ditch this one. Maybe wrong, but
I'm gonna call my resources from here on out Dementia Daisies.
because you really like to smoke those.
So I got 5 open Dementia Daisies to his 1 open Dementia Daisy. Seems pretty solid. I feel like it's a good spot.
Yep. So we could play this guy. We could play this on the end of the turn, which is probably what I'm going to do.
So my problem is that I have a lot on the line here because I'm still undefeated in these things.
Are you really undefeated?
I'm really undefeated in these things.
See that Montic won against you last
No, I beat him in the
one. Okay.
last one.
I saw the video and I thought you were defeated. So
Nah, the last game it got to game 5 again.
yeah, I know it was on to game 5. Are you going to cast anything?
Never.
Oh well. Oh, let's see. Okay, I guess we get this guy.
As I said, my hand was bad, and keeping it made me flood. Cause RNG.
Okay, so we play this guy. Chance of him surviving are pretty slim, but let's go for it. We're not getting resources, which is a little bit annoying. So what I did on Mildew before? Oh yeah, only my hero power.
You hit life siphon. Oh yeah. I think that's what you milled of mine.
So what are the chances of Renlock surviving this turn? Between 0 and 0?
Somewhere between 0 and 0.
Are you sure? Oh man, all the hate. So resource.
I mean, I've done nothing but resources this entire game, so.
Yeah. So I really don't want to play this. So we're going to pass the turn. Yet again.
Ugh. That patch pin would have been very nice. Saving this until it matters, which may never be, ever, but, you know, whatever. That clock, though.
Tick tack.
It's almost as good as Howling Brave beatdowns, except for it's every 2 turns. It's like if you have a Runic Monolith on my Howling Brave.
So I'm going to go for this. Okay.
So, make him use it now. He's obviously got it. I mean,
That dies.
oh, all right. I guess my side job as a telepath is not panning out. Let's get a little Inquisition in.
That does not resolve.
Well,
I like to keep my hand close to the chest.
either his hand's full of nothing and he's super bluffing me. He's next level bluffing me by doing that. Or his hand's full of amazing things. He's got a handful of resources.
So we play another one of those. So there's one Course of Oblivion. See, I need mill that's all of them. Let's say one. Only mill one. So I'm playing around Course of Oblivion because I had multiple Dreamers on hand. So I didn't want to get blown up by that.
I'm down very low in the library department. Deck department, rather.
Does that resolves? I think so. Don't love it, but
Actually, I missed that one. Alright, okay. I got some things. I got some modes. I've got some stuff, some things, some actions, some reactions.
some stuff, bro. So let's see. Ugh, nothing of what we really want. So yeah, really nothing that we want. We'll cast this guy, but it's not really what we want.
So I have a feeling here he's not getting what he wants at this peak.
Yep. I think there were a couple of cards that may have been a game right there, but we did not get them. You pass me my priority, please.
Hold on, I'm looking through my... I got a lot of things in my graveyard I need to look through.
Well, so one, two. So he's down to 20 cards in deck. So we'll play this. I don't love it though. Let's see. Okay, that resolves. Okay. So there's a couple of things we can do. Can I go for the win here? I think I can. How many times I cast Crying Madness this game?
One, I think.
And I think that was more than one. I'm not sure. And as I'm not sure, I don't think I can go for the win. Jeez.
Well, it should tell you on the card.
Yeah, but I don't have the card.
Oh, well then.
So yeah, I'll go for this one.
That's bad. Well, there goes my best win con.
So 25% of hitting a creature. Hope you miss, but we'll see.
Figured you had that.
Yep.
I could play this out, but it doesn't actually do anything, so I'm not gonna bother with it.
Okay. I don't understand that, but sure.
If you have a gambit or get a gambit off this, I just don't want you to have another chance of.
Okay. I mean, I'm going to go to try to.
Oh no, you're gonna try to get the win. You gambited it already, but
how many cards you have on deck?
13.
13. Okay. So that's not quite there.
I mean, it was either that or use my burns to throw at your face and hope to kill you at some point, some way, somehow, sometime. So. It could be cool to get like a wild sapphire mill deck going with some double socket cards. You can spell shield.
I mean,
with,
it's major socketable. The mill card.
Yeah, but you could do it's major minor, so you just spell shield and mill.
I mean, for the combo, yeah, but I'd rather have it in single color for the whatever potential for the pick.
Yeah, I mean, there's still other reasons to have a spell shield, so you can actually bash him with it if you need to.
Yeah. I mean, I will if there was an unblockable creature with I can potentially mill and put the destruction, not destruction, the other one.
A little late curse, a little late curse.
I was playing around it all the time, so.
I mean, would be nice to at least have it so you're playing around it correctly. Now you're just playing around it for no reason at all.
Fair enough. Double Inquisition, human. So I have to check your deck to see what you have on hand.
I have nothing left.
You already sent. Let's see how many. Do you have Gorfies on deck?
Nope.
Do you have Siphons?
Nope.
What the hell do you have? I don't.
Nothing.
I don't want to go on the resources. So.
I'm pretty sure resource at this point. I mean, I could have a troop, but I still can't kill you in 2 turns with my troops.
So although you don't have the Siphon, going to block.
I mean, you have kind of magic in hand for anything I try to do anyway, so doesn't even matter.
That heals me for 3. Do I want to counter that? I think the answer is no. I mean, you have got.
It doesn't kill you, so.
Yeah. I mean, if you don't have Gorfies, probably the thing is countering that, just to preserve my life total. Okay, that's really. It's not even the replicator one. I thought it was cute as hell drawing that and it being the replicator one. Fuck you.
Alright, so my undefeated streak has come to an end.
Mill! I mean, this game was really. You gave me all the time in the world.
Yeah, I mean, I kept 5 resources, murder, burn, and then drew resource, extinction, resource. So, you had plenty of time to establish yourself there.
Yeah, I just scoped my hand until I had really nice. I just had to play around Ghosts of Oblivion because I had 3 Dreamers. So if you Ghosts of Oblivion the first one, it was a 2 for 1.
Yeah, pretty big blowout.
It would have been really bad. I mean, the deck I was playing is really fun. With a little bit of tweaks, can be somewhat competitive. Don't think tier 1, but
I'm sure with set 2 with the newly spoiled card of the
scheme.
Void Wizard.
I mean, with the scheme, it could be nice. Scheme the picks, so you have more picks.
When you rather just scheme your Chronic Madnesses? You're going too cute with it. I'd rather scheme my Chronic Madnesses.
I mean, pick is a tutor, so I rather have a lot of tutors.
I don't know. I feel like Chronic Mana is in the game faster. But regardless, I was thinking more the Void Wizard. You could flash your
The flicker one.
yeah.
Yeah.
Can't remember his name, but yeah.
Time Step Wither, I think is the name, or the name that Corey gave us.
Time Step Wizard.
Yep, that will be really sweet. I was thinking of playing the Devoted Emissary, which is basically the same thing, but the Time Step Wither is just better because it doesn't.
Oh, you have to recast it. Yeah.
You don't have to recast it, and it's fantastic with any replicator's effect if we don't win the game, but also with all the interplay effect also of Grog, Buccaneer, and Dreamer. It's just fantastic.
But yeah, as you can see, the matchup for my deck was awful. Like, I just have so much removal, and you play so little things that matter. Well, not that matter, but like that I can actually interact with.
Yeah, I mean that's one of the points of the deck that, for example, you play against Turbo Fog or similar. You really don't care. They have 20 fogs because they are not relevant in the matchup.
Yeah.
And if you're playing against Control, the only troops that matter is the stuff they have. And there is also the thing is that as you can protect your stuff in the same turn and go for the combo in the same turn, they can only really interact with instant speed removal. And as you are not attacking, the only one that is not conditional is Murder. So they really can only interact with your combo with Murder and Counter Magic. Which is kinda neat.
Yeah, for sure. Sorry, I'm trying to unsideboard before I forget to.
So what do you think about your deck? And what changes would you do?
I'd probably go with putting Poka in there instead of Gazog, though it didn't matter any of those games, really. Like it wasn't like you were at 3 at any point. Again, I think you milled out a lot of my ways to win the game early. A lot of those games too. So that was kind of unfortunate for me. But I think I want to add more troops to my sideboard potentially for these kind of control matchups where like I need to take out a lot of my removal. I have just the Inquisitors in my sideboard as more troops. I'd probably want to add maybe some Druids to my sideboard, maybe some Blood Auras, stuff like that, to kind of make my deck a little bit faster and more furious, potentially.
Fury is always better. I was really not impressed with the spawns on my deck. Spawns of Othiu, Jack, or whatever they call.
Yeah. They've always been underwhelming. I mean, they have some nice upside to them if you like really like think about what you could potentially do with them, but they die to everything.
Yeah,
and that's the problem.
I mean, one of the things is they told me that they were pretty solid on draft, but I never really draft them. Because they're uncommon. If they were common, I will see them drafting myself more of those. So I really never have played them in quantity, so I didn't know how good it was. It just seemed really underwhelming.
Yeah, I've never been really impressed with them in draft either. I've gotten a few of them. I think I've gotten like 2 or 3 of them in draft before, and they're never really that great. That's my mill in general isn't really that great against. So.
But yeah, I think it's the same thing with Lord Benjamin. I just didn't thought about it. Lord Benjamin, it's similar. It's to cost 1/1 flyer. But the thing is, he just gets outclassed in the air really fast.
Yeah, someone just puts a Corpse Fly, someone plays, and you don't want to trade them off because like, they're like a Corpse Fly, for example, comes into play, does its job, and you can trade it off all day and not care about it.
Yeah.
Whereas Benjamin needs to hit to do its job, so you can't even like be okay with that.
Yeah. Same with this guy. If there was a change before this card made it live, before it was if there were 10 or more cards instead of being a 1/1, it will become a 5/5. But the thing is that instead of dealing combat damage to a player, it will mill equal to his attack. So there were some combos you could have done with that, and it will be so much better because now you could potentially have a 5/5 flyer on defense for 2, which really doesn't get outclassed by anything on the air. It trades with Euronath, and Pamper King and Angel just get outclassed by him. This will make a really good addition for this kind of deck. But unfortunately, it didn't make it live. But if that was the card, we'll play him.
Yeah.
So, anything you want to add?
No, I mean, I liked the potential for your deck. I think it's gonna get better at set 2 potentially. I'm not sure it's gonna get more competitive for set 2, but we'll see. See what happens with a bunch of new changes and such. Um,
I mean,
yeah.
I do think that the deck you can make it much better with only set 1. I just threw the idea together. So I thought all the replicators gambit that you don't need to pass the turn to win. In this gun you have to pass the turn because they have to draw. But effectively, if you don't, you just win when you play them, instead of you having to attack or anything. It's just much more powerful than any other replicator's troop. So that's why making it is so good. And in this case, Dreamer is the same. It's just more high. It's high costed, but it's the same. So I wanted to play around with that. Also, some of the guys wanted to see a mill deck on the comments.
Yeah, we got a lot of requests for it, so it made sense to do a mill deck.
So I just went with my take on mill, which is not really traditional mill. It's a little bit with the combo mill. I really had a blast playing the deck. I think you can streamline it and maybe even spike some tournaments, because people are not prepared for this kind of deck. Because you really don't play the same game as your opponents.
Yeah, like when you're milling out your opponent's not really interacting with what you're doing. They're just kind of sitting there trying to kill you before you can mill them out, which isn't always easy to do.
Yeah, and if you don't know how the deck works, you can still game once, because they don't know they have to murder in response of the Dreamer. Because if you get it, they just die, and stuff like that. They may don't see it, so it's kind of cute and it can steal some games. Well, they may counter stuff that is not relevant and stuff like that.
The first game we played, I died to the Dreamer combo because I was like, alright, that's cool. He played mill me 6, fine, whatever. I don't care about that anymore. And then I tapped out to play Vampire and he comboed me out the following turn. So.
Yep. Peak is really strong.
You can definitely steal some games with that jank over there.
Yeah, I mean the deck is not fantastic against aggro. Gorfi is always a threat, and as you saw, you really cannot play around it as much as you really wanna. I should have sideboarded additional storm calls and potentially even time ripples, but as I'm making the deck more or less combo heavy, I can't really dilute the deck too much. But if we get better cycle cards that can let me get through the deck a little bit easier, because Oracle Songs are pretty slow and they are far from great. We can get one mana, one resource, because Mythic is so special. Cantrip effects. It will make Archmage or Renlock so much powerful, as he really shines with those one good spell that you can play on turn 4, and as you keep priority, you can at least cycle the card even if they modern respawn as he's on cast. So those kinds of one resource spells are really key to play with Renlock. So if we get some kind of that, it will make it much better. Also, we may even get a better Replicator's target. I mean, Dreamer is not fantastic as the Replicator's target. If we get a major socket with kind of some stat that steals mills for 80% of the deck or 60% of the deck in one go, and it's cheaper, we could potentially go with that instead of Dreamer. And we can go with Dreamer with a draw gem, which will help out the draws and so on.
We need to have like a 2-cost, like 2 with major socket, or like something like a Tutor Defender potentially even, where it mills like 4 cards instead of 6. Still replicating that's still fun, and you could counter earlier with it. So.
Yeah, that's the thing. The thing is, we really like the 2 major sockets in Sapphire, because we really want to dig from our deck to get our replicators and stuff, but we also need the major gem as it's our main win condition. So not having 2 socketed major troops, it's kind of a letdown. But set 2 will help us with that for sure.
Yeah. And potentially some double socket guys could be cool with it.
Yeah.
Like play as a quick action plus mill when it comes into play.
Oh man, if we get quick action, and I mean that's minor and major. So you can.
Yeah, that's it right there.
Yeah, killing a distance build is such a delight. Yeah.
Well, because you can do it in like at the end of the turn.
Yeah, at the end of the turn,
Then they have to
or in
either use
response
the
of whatever.
resources.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they tap out, you throw it out there, then gambit it on your turn, peek for it, and hope to hit it again.
Oh yeah, that'll be so sweet. Yeah, I'm getting really excited by what's that too with all this.
Yeah, man. That elephant.
I don't like that elephant. And you know
Alright,
it, you don't like the elephant.
We'll save that for something else. Instead of something else.
Ah. Oh man, no, the elephant, no. No way.
Alright. Well, it was fun.
Yep. Again, I recommend it if anyone has the cards and wants to give it a go, because it's a blast.
It's relatively cheap too.
Yep. Also, for some reason, I'm using the normal version of Replicator's Gambit instead of the alternate art. I just realized that. That's such a mistake. I should have lost those games.
Probably.
Oh well. Oh, also, the champions on they were confirmed champions on set 2, so we may get something better than Nin. Just can we play him again?
Nothing better than Nid.
In a world where only Nin is the champion? That's maybe true.
I mean,
in the rest of the worlds, nope.
Have you seen that art?
Yes.
Damn good art. I'd play Nin just for the art. I don't even have blue. I'll just play Nin.
What's your reason for playing Trial of Fate? Because even the art sucks.
Whoa, the art on that's pretty sweet.
I think you may need to go to the
Some
dungeon.
guy chilling in like some sunny place with a sword. I can get
It's
behind
a
that.
guy in a sunny place. That's the quality of the art, because it's a statue.
Yeah, he's got a sword.
I got
He's got some glowing butterfly wings falling down. It looks like.
the glowing
I'm
butterfly.
just saying, man.
What?
It looks.
You really need to go to the doctor. Really, like right now. Oh man, really? It's no way. It's a dumb statue.
A damn sweet statue.
Not really.
Okay, enough rambling.
Yep. So the same as every week, we'll be doing a giveaway of one Draft Butcher and 3 packs code. And you want to participate, you only have to leave a comment on the Hextech forums. The link should be below the video. And
The comment has to be you guessing the number that I guessed that you're guessing that I'm guessing that you're guessing.
that's 3. So yeah, just leave a comment. Basically, anything goes. If it's not a spam or a bot, you will get into the raffle. And if just tell us if what you like, what you don't like, so we can improve in the following weeks. And see you guys next week.
Later, guys.
Bye.